Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. If you've never been here, thanks for popping in to check this one out. I do appreciate it. So guys, today I am going to show you this Aoemi Backupper, and I believe I'm pronouncing that right. That's how I've heard it pronounced. I've heard it pronounced a couple different ways, but usually it's Aoemi when I hear it. So anyway, guys, a good piece of software here, Aoemi Backupper. I do have to let you know right off the bat, this is a sponsored video. Thank you to Aoemi for providing the pro key for me so I can show this to you guys. And so guys, let's just dig right in. So the Aoemi Backupper is right here, as it says, a reliable Windows backup software. It does quite a bit. So let's show you some of that here in just a moment. I'll let you scroll through the site on your own. The link is down in the description below. But this kind of tells you like a lot about what it does. One thing that I want to show you here though, Aoemi does have a standard edition which is free, and it does have a lot of great options. But one thing I do want to point out is I do recommend going with the Pro edition here, because you get a lot more options with it. It does a lot more, and it's a pretty good price. This alone's a pretty good price, but check this out, guys. Right now, they're doing a flash sale up to 80% off for the next 23 hours and 5 minutes. Now, by the time this video posts, I don't know if this will be here, but I've been on this site multiple times the last couple days, and I happened to see this. So you guys might take advantage of this flash sale. If it's not available, again, that $39.95 is actually pretty good, especially if you're a techie and you need to do a lot of these things that I'm about to show you that this does. Now, they do have some other versions and editions down here. Check those out. Some are for workstations and servers, stuff like that. So check those out if you happen to need those options. But anyway, guys, again, check out the site down in the description below. Let's go ahead and minimize this and take a look at the software. Now, the first thing that I noticed on this, and you guys may notice as well, is the graphic user interface of this is pretty nice. It's pretty laid out. It's laid out pretty simple. And as we go through these here, you will just see that it gets even simpler, actually. So when you open the software, this is the screen that you will see. It will be right here on your home tab. Now, if you have already used this and set up some backups or sync jobs or whatever, those will be listed right here for you. This new backup and new sync will not be here. It will just list your current jobs and projects that you have going on. So if you do not have that, you can actually start a new backup from here or a new sync. But let's take a look through these. So let's click on the backup tab. Now, as you can see, guys, right off the bat, this actually backs up, and it does quite a bit here. And each one of these has a quick description here. So you can do a system backup, and most of these, if not all, actually create a backup to a image file. So you can do a whole system backup of Windows. You can do a whole backup of a disk, a partition, files, and folders. This is actually the one I'm going to show you here in just a few minutes. You can back up right to Aoemi's cloud storage, which is kind of nice. And I really like this one because I do use Microsoft Outlook, and this will back up your data to an image file, and that means all of your emails, your data, your what is called a PST file or something like that. It's just your data file for Microsoft Outlook. So it will do a backup on that. If we move down here to sync, and again, this explains everything that it does. This will easily sync change files from one source to another source, and etc. etc. This is the one I like, because you can do a mirror sync. Say you have, say you have a secondary drive in your computer and you want to mirror, your user files to a secondary drive just to keep those safe. You can actually use mirror sync for that, and that's kind of cool. Restore, if you have backup jobs and the restore files elsewhere, you can just use this to grab that file and restore it to its original destination. Now, this down here, guys, is one of my favorites, and I actually used this very recently. You can do a system clone or migrate your system to an SSD or another disk. Um, this is what I used, a disk clone. I actually went from a 1 terabyte Samsung 970 Pro to a 2 terabyte Samsung 990 Pro. And this is actually what I used to do that. You can see this here is my new drive, the 2 terabyte. And it was so super simple, guys. It was just a few steps. It copied and cloned the data right over. It probably only took, now granted, I don't have a lot of stuff to clone, but it probably took only about 25 minutes to completely clone to my new NVMe. I popped that new NVMe into the system and it booted right up. So it did a real good job of cloning the disk. So I highly recommend that option as well. And then down here, tools. This is also one of my favorites. This program has a lot of favorites for me, but they've got all these different little tools in here, like the Windows 11 update checker. I know Microsoft has a tool out there to where you can check your Windows 10 or Windows 8 system to see if it's Windows 11 compatible, but this has it built in. You can do it right on the fly. They've got a lot of other cool tools in here. Your bootable media, wipe a disk. Notification settings is cool because here in Aoemi Backupper, if you set a backup, a scheduled backup, this you can tell it to email you with the status of that and when it's complete. So that's kind of neat. And the other thing here is the portable version. So you can actually put this on a flash drive or a removable disk to take with you. If you're a techie on the go, you can take this software with you on like a thumb drive and just have it with you instead of installing it on each system. So I thought that was a really cool option to have there. So yeah, guys, so as you can see, a lot of great options here. I'm actually just going to show you real quick kind of how the backup works. And like I said before, I'm actually just going to choose the file backup here. So once you click on that, it's going to ask you what the source is. And this is not my current source, what I want to back up. I have this document folder up here. It's just some important documents that I keep on my desktop. So I want to back that up, and I'm going to show you how to do this. So we're going to add a folder, which is going to be our source. Looks like I'm on the desktop, so I'm going to choose that folder, and I'm going to click open on that, and that sets the source of what you want to back up. And then you're going to click on this to choose the destination. Now, as you can see, you can choose a local path. If you have a NAS device, which is a network area storage device connected, you can use that. You can do a cloud drive, but I'm going to choose a local path. It's just going to be another drive that I have on my computer. And as you can see, it looks like I've already got that on there, or a backup on there. So I'm just going to let it do it in the root of F, which is the drive I want to put it to, and hit open. And then once you've got the source and the destination set, before you hit start backup, there's a couple things to consider. You can do a scheduled backup. And if you go into here and just enable schedule backup, you will see that you can do this daily, weekly, monthly. There's certain event triggers that you can do, and even a USB plug-in. If you're backing up to a USB, you can actually set this to just back up when you plug that USB in. I thought that was a great option there. And then you can just kind of tell it, when to do it, how often, what times, intervals, and just all these other options here. And you'll just have to go through those and mess with those because it will be user preference if you want to choose the scheduled backup option. But I'm just going to do a one-time for now. So we're going to shut this off, and I'm going to cancel out of this. And we're just going to go ahead and hit start backup. Now, at this point, it's kind of doing its thing here. The cool thing is here, you get this link, and you click that, it will show you exactly what the system is doing. Right now it's backing up, and that was quick because there's not a lot of files in there. But I always thought that was a cool option because if you have a lot of data and you hit start that backup, it can get to a certain percentage and kind of not move for a while. So people will feel like it might be freezing up, but chances are it's not. If you were just to come in here, you can see exactly what it's doing, and it will give you a percentage in this section as well. So good little option too, just to see what's going on. So let's back out of this, and the operation is finished. So we're going to go ahead and click finish on that. Now, if you see back here in the home tab, this is your job that you just completed, your backup. And from here, it's kind of nice. You can click this to back up again. So you don't have to go through that whole thing. You can just, pop in here and go, oh, hey, I want to back that up again. It's been a few days, and just run that back up. Or you can click the little menu option here. There's some backups options there, but you can also restore this. Say, for instance, you deleted the source over here. You can actually restore it back to here. You can add a schedule to it if you didn't add a schedule before. You can edit the backup, maybe to choose a different destination or something like that. And you can actually come in here and just delete it. And there are some other options here too that you can check out. Now, if you wanted to completely delete this at some point too, that's possible too. I don't recommend that. Just keep those on hand. So, and again, I know that I showed you right here, you can restore it, but also they also got the restore key here too. And so you would just click this to select where that restore file is, and that would restore it for you. But anyway, guys, that is all I had to show you today. Again, the link is down in the description below. If this helped you out at all, let me know in the comment section below, and consider clicking the like button for me. And if you want to see future content upcoming, consider subscribing. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.